Maybe after watching this video you'll end up unsubscribing from this channel. But I don't care. And let me give you a warning up front. Don't watch this video if you're under 18. Why? Because you'll figure out the answer while watching it. A few days ago, I watched a psychological movie that shook me to my core. It had this guy who used psychology to convince any girl to say yes to sex willingly. But hold up, I'll reveal the movie's name in the middle of the video. But you know what the most shocking part was? The trick that character used to manipulate girls. It's the same trick used on 99% of people every single day. And without even realizing it, people end up doing things they never wanted to do. Just give me 30 seconds, and I'll clearly explain what that trick was. So there's this story. A guy and a girl are in a relationship. The guy demands sex from his girlfriend, but she flat out says no. At that moment, the guy says just one line, "You don't even love me." At first, the girl ignores it, but when he keeps repeating that line, there comes a point where she says yes, just to prove her love. And just like that, the guy gets what he wanted from the start. Pay close attention. The guy used a psychological trick here called the guilty trap. Under the pressure of that guilt, the girl ended up sleeping with him. Now, some of you might comment, don't you have any shame using the word sex? Let me remind you, I warned you at the start that if you're under 18, don't watch this video. But hold on, there's another twist. When I saw this story, I got even more curious. I thought, why not dive deeper into psychology and watch more stories, movies, and videos? And when I did some deep research, I found a bunch of dark psychological tricks that can literally let you control anyone. Like, literally anyone. I'm not just talking out of thin air, you'll get proof by the end of the video. So in the rest of this video, we're going to talk about 5 of these dark psychological tricks. Tricks number 4 and 5 are my favorites, so don't miss them. They'll teach you how to control anyone you want. But listen carefully. This video is for educational purposes only. Don't misuse these tricks. Why? Because they're so powerful that after learning them, you won't see people the same way anymore. You might not even be ready for this video. But watch it anyway. Trick number 1, if you think people make every decision on their own, you're probably wrong. Why? Because people choose what's put in front of them, and the real control lies with the person who offers the options. They decide what you get to choose from. So listen carefully to how you can use this trick to your advantage. Imagine you need to buy something from the market, and you want your friend to come along to help. If you straight up say, "Bro, wanna go out?" they might just say no or "Nah, not in the mood." But if you play it smart and trigger their greed a bit saying, "Hey, let's hit the market, wanna grab some momos or fuchka?" it shifts the angle of choices in their mind. Now they've got 2 options, momos or fuchka, but the result of both, they end up going to the market with you. They think they made the decision, but the control was in your hands. This is called the illusion of choice. Here's another example. You see this in clothing stores. The shopkeeper uses this trick to sell clothes. They give you 2 choices, say a green shirt and a black shirt. They'll say, "The green shirt doesn't look good on you, but this black shirt suits you perfectly." Hearing this, you pick the black shirt, the one the shopkeeper wanted to sell. You go home thinking you made the choice, but the shopkeeper trapped you in the illusion of choice. They gave you 2 options, limiting your mind. If they'd shown you 10 to 12 shirts, it would have wasted their time and you might not have liked any of them, asking for more options. But here, the shopkeeper used a psychological trick called the illusion of choice. Hold up. Did you know big brands and politicians use this trick every day to take your money or get your votes? Let me tell you how to protect yourself from it. You've probably heard offers like, "Buy 2, get 1 free," or "Buy 2, get 50% off." You think you've scored a great deal, but in reality, you've fallen into their trap. Their goal is simple. No matter what you choose, just buy their product. You think it's your decision, but you've been lured by their free bait into buying things you didn't even need. Psychology says people don't want full freedom. They just want to feel like they made the decision. So whenever you need a yes from someone, give them 2 options where both outcomes work in your favor. No matter what they choose, the game's control stays in your hands. Now you get how and when to use this trick, but if it doesn't work, don't stress, there's another trick coming up. Trick number 2, every person wants to do exactly what they're told not to do. That's a simple truth. And by using it, you can make anyone dance to your tune without forcing them, if you understand the reverse trap. You might be wondering, how does this work and what's the reverse trap? Think about it. If someone tells you, don't look back or don't go to that place, doesn't a voice inside you wonder, what's so special about it that I shouldn't look or go? Or maybe a creator casually says, don't watch that video, and suddenly you're dying to watch it. If you noticed, I used this trick myself at the start of this video, and that's why you're still watching. That's the reverse trap, a mind game where you don't directly say what you want, but the other person ends up doing it anyway. Now let's talk about how you can use this in real life. If you want your friend or sibling to do something for you, don't just say, bro, do this for me. They might ignore you or refuse. Instead say, there's this task, but forget it. It's too tough. I don't think you can handle it. Their ego gets triggered instantly and they'll jump to prove they can do it. You didn't directly say do it. You just said they can't, and their ego makes them do it. This trick is powerful, but also dangerous. It only works on people with an ego. If you say you can't do this, it's too hard, and they agree thinking, yeah, it's tough, I can't, they won't do it. But hold on, the next trick will get a yes from anyone. Trick no. 3. If you need a big favor, chances are they'll say no right away if you ask directly. But if you get them to say yes to smaller things first, their brain will slowly start accepting your requests. How? For example, say you're in school or college and ask a friend, hey, can you lend me a pen? It's a small request, they'll give it. Later you say, can you share your notes too? That's a bigger request, but since they already said yes to the pen, they're more likely to say yes to the notes. You can also flip this trick. Ask for a big favor first, then a smaller one. Say you urgently need $100 and call your friend saying, bro, I really need $100 right now. They might dodge or say they don't have it. But if you first ask for $1,000, they'll likely refuse that too. Then when you ask for $100, they might think, they asked for $1,000 before, now it's just $100, fine, I'll give it. Why? Because their brain compares the $100 to the $1,000, making it seem small, so they give it to you. But here's the catch. They don't know you only needed $100 all along. This trick only works if they actually have the money. If they don't, they'll just say no. And if you think they have money but still refuse, maybe they've watched this video too. Simple rule. When you need a favor, 2 methods always work. First, ask for a small favor, then a big one. Or ask for a big favor first, then a small one. Both increase the chances of getting a yes. If it still doesn't work, use the 4th trick. Trick number 4, psychology says silence is real power. But how? Think about it. Maybe you've experienced this. You mess up, and you're super stressed. When you go to your mom, she yells, what did you do? Why did you do that? Everyone around hears it. But when you face your dad, he doesn't say a word, just gives you one intense look and walks away. That silence shakes you more than your mom's yelling. Why? Because when someone stays silent, your brain starts overthinking 1,000 things. Psychology says the most power lies with the person who uses silence at the right time. Yes, you heard that right. Let's talk about how to apply this in real life. If you want to get the truth out of a friend, don't directly ask, tell me what happened. Just make eye contact and say, I know everything, then go quiet. That silence will make their brain work against them, and under the pressure of guilt, they'll spill the truth. Or if someone's bothering you or you're in an argument, don't shout, just look them in the eyes and stay silent. Silence gives you power. When everyone's talking, stay quiet. When you need to show dominance, speak less. Now, let's talk about the final psychological trick. Trick number 5, psychology says if you can control someone's emotions, you can easily control them. But how? Let me explain. Imagine you're in school or college, and you get into a heated argument with another student. In anger, they insult you and your parents. Right then, someone comes up and says, bro, if I were you, I'd tear them apart right here. That emotional hit messes with your brain. You lose control and jump into a fight. That's not just your anger. It's an emotional hijack the other person smartly used on you. You're not acting from logic, but from the heat of the moment, and your brain loses control. It's the same when a politician gives a speech. They don't talk long or stick to facts. They target your weak emotional points, anger, sadness, happiness, or fear, and use them smartly. They say things like, "Your religion is in danger. You should be angry. You should attack them." That presses your emotional button. And once your emotions are triggered, your logical brain stops working. Your mind gets hijacked, and you do exactly what they wanted. This is how some people get others to set off bombs. At the very least, you might light a firecracker. So if you want to win someone's mind, first understand their emotions. Outro. These were the 5 dark psychological tricks. Remember, these tricks give you power, but with power comes responsibility. Don't misuse them. Use them only for protection. If you found this video useful, comment below. Psychology is my favorite. By the way, there are thousands of videos on YouTube about dark psychology and manipulation. But let me ask you this. Can you learn psychology and manipulation from just one video? The answer is absolutely not. Psychology is an ocean. There are different types: human psychology, dark psychology, relationship psychology, and so on. Most videos just repeat the same 2 or 5 common tricks like the reverse trap, gaslighting, mirror effect, or foot in the door. The problem is you can't use them in every situation. No skilled manipulator relies on just 2 or 4 techniques. I'm not a skilled manipulator yet either, but over the past few months, I've studied countless videos, movies, and stories on psychology and manipulation. I've taken notes, and I'm confident that in the coming months, you and I can become skilled manipulators together. If you want me to launch a full psychology series after my Zero to Master Communication Skills series, where I also teach you how to protect yourself from these tricks, get this video to 1,000 comments. I promise I'll make a separate psychology series. I know you'll make those 1,000 comments happen. Oh, and if you want to know the name of that movie I watched, go check the pinned comment. You'll find it there. Until then, if you want to master your communication skills, click on the playlist showing on your screen right now. I'll meet you in that playlist. Bye-bye.